flushes it out. Secure your Oxy powder at InfoWarsLife.com. That's InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. Sold out for weeks due to the difficult and extensive proprietary process behind its creation, the exclusive InfoWars Life Secret 12 formulation is now back in stock in the last limited shipment of 2014. The most bioactive form that has been created with our proprietary process. This ultra-clean vitamin B12 nutraceutical has been carefully crafted and developed over the last 2 years and is based on cellular science of how your body actively absorbs essential nutrients. Secret 12 is taken by mouth, right on the tongue, and then swallowed. No needles, no injections. Vitamin B12 deficiency is linked to scores of serious problems. And Secret 12 is a fusion of 2 organic proprietary forms of vitamin B12, bringing you a true nutraceutical quality vitamin B12. Secret 12. Secret 12 is an excellent Christmas gift and is tailor-made to boost your New Year's resolutions. Supplies of Secret 12 are very limited. Secure yours today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.
Several months back, I started taking your Mason iodine and your Super Meal. Prior to this, I was barely walking. Now I'm able to function as a human again.
InfoWarsLife.com. You've heard the callers of the show.
Your products are great. I use DNA Force. I use X2, Super Male Vitality, and Lung Cleanse. Every day, they're great stuff.
Whether it's Survival Shield, Nascent Iodine, or DNA Force, Super Male Vitality, Super Female Vitality, Lung Cleanse, Fluoride Shield, Oxy Powder, I believe that all of these products will blow you away like they've done the thousands of other customers that have visited InfoWarsLife.com.
Dash 2. Just amazing what it's able to do to actually detox the body. It's great stuff.
Check out InfoWarsLife.com today and the entire line of groundbreaking, cutting-edge, hardcore products.
The average person's life is filled with unexpected challenges. Unlock the energy it takes to defeat these daily beasts with Super Male or Super Female Vitality, specifically designed to assist the body in regulating proper hormone balance to create superior vitality in males and females. Supercharge and conquer your world at InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139.
The government's Department of Homeland Security is buying up loads of ammo. At the same time, they're restricting civilians' rights to own and purchase firearms. Can you put 2 and 2 together? Infidel Body Armor can stop every round, including hollow points and .308 sniper rounds, is reasonably priced and fully legal. But for how long? Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com, spelled INFIDEL bodyarmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
I'm up here in space, looking down on you.
Crashing through the lies and disinformation. It's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
Waging war on corruption. I'm not a revolutionary. I'm a restorationist. I want to restore the republic. What made this country destination #1 worldwide. Now we lead the world in autism and diabetes and cancer and obesity and infertility because we're under a globalist eugenics model. And the only way the social engineers can win is playing us off against each other. Now, I'll be back tomorrow with a weekday show, and I'm going to get into a whole bunch of other issues on the economy in 2015, what the big threats are, what the big stories are. Obviously, it's Obamacare not being repealed. It's continued devaluation of currencies worldwide. It's food prices increasing. It's all these new regulations, carbon taxes going in outside of law. Think about how epic that is. I mean, I would say 15 years ago on air that presidents are becoming dictatorial. People are like, oh, that's a conspiracy theory. Now it's like, well, the president does operate on his own and does whatever he wants. Is that okay? Oh, yeah. And I dread If they elect a Jeb Bush or a Chris Christie, he'll be like Obama light. And they'll act as dictators with banker bailouts and derivative scams and gun control. And conservatives will defend them so much, they'll go, shut up, Jones. George W. Bush isn't for the assault weapons ban. And then I play clips of him endorsing it. I had people at gun shops and on the street and emails when Bush was president. They were about to pass it going, man, I don't like you lying about our president. But let me tell you, things have changed. The average conservative out there really gets it now and understands how much trouble we're in. And John Boehner and Mitch McConnell and the rest of them aren't going to get away with it. All the numbers show it. Not repealing Obamacare, not prosecuting Fast and Furious, not investigating Benghazi Gate, not stopping Obama's executive power grab, or the open borders. Federal judge just ruled, give the illegals IDs nationwide. You can get here. Here's an ID. One time in a move, I lost my birth certificate and stuff, and then later I lost my ID, and it took me a year of hell to get an ID. It's about 8 years ago. Not illegal. You just consular matricula from Mexico, which they'll issue 5 of them to you a day. They've done studies. The Republicans in Colorado a few years ago did a study. They got 5 in one day. Well, the leader of the Senate went in and got 5 in one day under different names. And then you can get 5 different IDs with that same thing. I mean, it's a joke. But then, oh, I pull up to a police checkpoint that's federally funded. I pulled up to checkpoints repeatedly. I videotaped it, and I go, let me guess, this is a federal grant. Yes, it is. License and registration. I look in the car, and I go, you know, this is unconstitutional, and they just want to get you conditioned to this. Whatever, we're just trying to, can you see the highway backed up 2 miles? Just give me the information. Now, do I blame the person doing that? Yeah, I do. About 10% of it. But I blame 90% that it's federal and it's unconstitutional. See, right there's the microcosm. I could go to Bilderberg in England or Bilderberg in D.C. or Bilderberg in other parts of Europe, Switzerland, Denmark. We've covered it everywhere. We're the global leader meeting in secret. We couldn't get them to admit it existed 10 years ago. Now it's all over the news. Oh, yeah, global government secretly meeting. Yeah, it's true. I got to England, and the police, including federal, and they weren't putting on an act. They just loved me. And they're like, oh, yeah, we hate who's in there. Yeah, we know they're the ones that shipped all our jobs to India and China. Yeah, yeah. And by the way, why aren't you staying at a local bed and breakfast or a local hotel? Why are you staying at a chain hotel, Alex? We're actually trying to keep our economy going here, only shopping locally. And they gave us incredible intel the whole time we were there. Because I didn't show up and go, I want to kill you, pig. Oh, yeah. You know, it's the same thing. That's why the globalists want us against them. Because the police are in the same boat as we are, and if we ever start telling them that, they already know that, it's game over, folks. It's like V for Vendetta when they're marching on the Capitol and the military's pointing the guns and they decide not to. That happened in Romania with Ceausescu. It's happened everywhere. That's what we want. We don't want them to stir us up into a fight that once it starts, then we're like 2 mindless pit bulls killing each other. We're not pit bulls. We're humans. We're smart enough to figure this out. I want to go to Bubba, Francis, Corey, Mark, Joshua, Don, Chris, David, Thomas, and others. I want to bam, 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 get to all of them before this transmission ends. But the reason I'm harping on this revolution situation is they want to create a false one that doesn't have legs. You think a revolution about shooting innocent cops has got legs to take America back? Hell no. And it comes right out of the Democratic Party. And it freaks me out to know a lot of Democrats that aren't bad people, that are just Democrats because they were brought up Democrats. Democratic Party didn't used to be this bad. I mean, what a creepy, scary organization that it's involved hyping this. And the Republican leadership sits there with their thumbs, well, you know where their thumbs are, doing absolutely nothing but greasing the skids. So my show's gone from being radical to being basically passé. Everybody knows the score now if they can think, what are you going to do about it peacefully? Because the ball's in your court, folks. I've laid it out. You know the facts. You've seen it for yourself. What are we going to do? Briefly, We support the broadcast selling the highest quality. We've searched the world for the purest, highest quality organic nutraceuticals, whether it's the X2 Nascent Iodine or the Silver Bullet Colloidal Silver or the Super Male Vitality that blocks the estrogen mimickers or the Super Female Vitality that does the same thing, but for women. All the Oxy powder. This is a product at InfoWarsLife.com. Licensed out of Global Healing Center. We sell it for the lowest price, where you do it once a month, a 6-day cleanse. Time-release oxygen in the upper and lower intestine. You take 5-6 of these pills at night, and it's unbelievable. Nothing will flush you out like this. It is undoubtedly the best gut cleanser out there. InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. 888-253-3139, and your purchase supports the transmission. Let's jam in a call now before we go to break here. Francis in New York. Go ahead. Thanks for holding.
Hey, Alex, how are you?
I'm just trying to stop a civil war as best I can. One little voice.
I hear you. All right, listen, I have a really good question to ask you. Basically, in my opinion, America has been a false democracy, and please let me explain why. Even though our founding fathers gave us a Bill of Rights and Constitution, but unfortunately, America has always had a special place for the New World Order. They've actually controlled our money supply. They've actually given us eugenics, basically, the American industrial complex. All this stuff is basically to destroy America, basically, even though we were prosperous at one point.
It's very complex, but yes, there was an Illuminati line, a Masonic line, and a Christian line that founded America. I could write 10 books on the subject. It's so detailed and complex. But the Renaissance moved to North America. And so a lot of good was in it, but also a lot of bad people trying to claim they were part of the Renaissance in the Illuminati tried to hijack Masonry and Christianity. George Washington wrote scores of letters that are online at the Library of Congress. You can read them. Warning of this. It sounds like Alex Jones. I mean, it's incredible. Go read George Washington's letters. It's like you're listening to this radio show. Like, we ought to narrate some of them and play them on air. That's a good idea. And so, yes, I get what you're saying. Because wherever the wealth and power and freedom is, so is the evil going to be there trying to surf on that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, just remember this. When Adam Weishaupt was actually ousted by the Bavarian government, Thomas Jefferson actually defended him, believe it or not.
I know.
That's the fact.
I know. For a while, Jefferson was involved in the Illuminati. It's true. But he was the Illuminati would try to recruit, if you read their letters, the most good, the most virtuous. That's how they got good people to join them, was illumination. They didn't know it was evil. We know it's evil hundreds of years later. It was George Washington that exposed it. They were trying to take everything over. I hear you. Very important call. We should do special reports on things like that. I mean, the Illuminati was founded in 1776 as well. But it was founded right after our revolution launched to hijack it. We'll be back. Stay with us. Sold out for weeks due to the difficult and extensive proprietary process behind its creation, the exclusive InfoWars Life Secret 12 formulation is now back in stock in the last limited shipment of 2014. The most bioactive form that has been created with our proprietary process. This ultra-clean vitamin B12 nutraceutical has been carefully crafted and developed over the last 2 years and is based on cellular science of how your body actively absorbs essential nutrients. Secret 12 is taken by mouth, right on the tongue, and then swallowed. No needles, no injections. Vitamin B12 deficiency is linked to scores of serious problems. And Secret 12 is a fusion of 2 organic, proprietary forms of vitamin B12, bringing you a true nutraceutical quality vitamin B12. Secret 12. Secret 12 is an excellent Christmas gift and is tailor-made to boost your New Year's resolutions. Supplies of Secret 12 are very limited. Secure yours today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139. In the near future. When you realize how fake it all is, the football, the basketball.
Alert. Security alert. This is Homeland Security. Analysis. InfoWars building independent media operation.
You let the worst people get control and tell us that we are the ones responsible.
Prime directive. Discredit Alex Jones.
Jones is the wildly popular conspiracy theorist.
It's a popular conspiracy theory talk show called InfoWars.
Alex Jones is now in an Austin jail.
These people are assaulting us.
Targeting of patriots engaged.
They are never going to stop. They're never going to deviate from their program until we stop them.
Block free iPhone app at Infowars.com. Block free podcast and video feed. Imperative. Destroy Prison Planet TV.